Hi everyone, and welcome back to our course on academic writing. It's great to have you all with me for today's session. We are now moved to module 2, and specifically we are in unit 2.3, which focuses on writing tools and structure. Today's topic is particularly important for those of you who are planning to pursue postgraduate studies or who are currently working on major research projects. So today's topic is project and dissertation structure. By the end of this session, you will be able to distinguish between the terms dissertation and thesis and understand their specific academic context. Identify the standard components of long-form academic projects, and including preliminary pages and the main body, and the back matter, understand the logical flow of chapters from introduction to conclusion, and apply standard formatting requirements regarding pagination and layout. Now, many of you have written essays like 5-page essays, 10-page essays like that, but a dissertation or thesis is completely different. We are talking about documents that might be 50, 100 or 300 pages long. Writing at this scale requires not just writing skills, but excellent organizational skills and a clear understanding of a structure. Today, I'm going to demystify this process for you. Let's begin. First, we need to clarify some terminology because there is actually variation in how these terms are used in different parts of the world. Long-form academic writing differs significantly from the standard essays you have been writing. While an essay is a general term for academic critique or arguments, projects and dissertations may imply a higher degree of independent research and a much greater scale. Let me define the key terms. A report is a description of a situation or event. Perhaps a survey you conduct or a proposal you are making. Reports are often characterized by numbered sections like 1.1, 1.2, 2.1, etc. Rather than just following paragraphs. They are highly structured and sectioned. Coming to a dissertation or thesis, a dissertation or a thesis represents the longest piece of writing most students will ever do. We are talking about documents of 20,000 words or more. They are roughly 80 pages of double-spaced text. Though many are much longer, these are submitted for higher degrees and represent original research. And there are geographical variations. And now it's here where it becomes confusing that the terms like dissertation and thesis are used differently in different English-speaking countries. In British English conversation, and this is what typically followed in India, Australia, and most of the Commonwealth countries, the final project of an undergraduate or master's degree is called dissertation, while the final research document for a doctoral degree, a PhD, is called a thesis. In American English, this is often reversed. Americans might call their master's work a thesis and their doctoral work a dissertation. Hope you got the difference, I think. For this course, we will follow the British conversation since that is most relevant to your context. Dissertation for master's level and thesis for doctor's level. But be aware that if you are reading American sources or considering studying in the United States, the terminology might be flipped. The important thing is in the label. It's understanding that these are substantial original research projects and that require months or years of work. What's the need for a structure and planning? Unlike a short essay that you might write over a weekend, long-form projects require serious planning and scheduling. An 8-week schedule is often recommended as a minimum to move from topic selection to final proofreading for a dissertation. For a doctor thesis, you are looking at years of work. The structure of thesis document isn't arbitrary. It serves important purpose. For you as a writer, it helps organize your thinking and ensure you addresses all necessary elements. For your reader, that's your examiners, your supervisors, future researchers, it helps them navigate complex information effectively and efficiently. A well-structured dissertation tells a story that here is the problem, here what we already know, here is what I did to investigate further, here is what I have found, and here is what it means. In that way, it tells an old story. Now, let's walk through the standard structure. Think of a dissertation that following an hourglass shape. The same shape we discussed for scientific purpose, but expanded and more detailed. You move from general context in the introduction, narrow down to specific methods and results, then broaden again to discuss implications and context. Let's take it one by one. The first component is introduction. The introduction is your opening chapter, and it has a crucial job, that is to provide the rationale of your entire project. You should move from general discussion of your broad topic area to specific research questions or hypotheses you are addressing. A strong introduction typically has three key elements. Think of this as a formula: context plus problem plus response. What is a context? You establish the general area. For example, urban air population is growing concern in Indian cities. That's a general term, general context. So we all know that. There is a lot more pollution in many Indian cities. So that is a general context. Now, from there we have to identify a problem. That is, you identify a specific gap or a specific issue. Our general topic was urban air pollution is growing concern in Indian cities. From that general context, we are identifying an issue or a gap. A gap means research gap means where research hasn't conducted so far. So we have looked on to the context and we found that. However, most studies are focused on Delhi and Mumbai. There is little research that is done on this issue or on this context in Kerala cities or the cities of Kerala. So, from a general context, we have identified an issue. And next is the response. That is, you explain what you are going to do about it. For example, we have identified that there is little study that is conducted on the issue of air pollution in the cities of Kerala. So, therefore, this dissertation investigates air quality pattern in Kochi over a 2-year period. So, that is what we are going to do. That is the response. So, that is the formula for writing the introduction. And besides this, your introduction should also define key terms. Please don't assume that the readers know what you mean by the technical terms. So, you have to define the key terms and provide a roadmap. That's briefly outlining what each chapter will be covering or what are the contents of each chapter which you are going to describe or which you are going to write. Now the second components or second part is literature review. While short essays might integrate sources throughout, longer dissertations almost always have a dedicated literature review chapter or review of literature chapter. This chapter has several important functions. First, it establishes the context. That is, it shows what research has been already done in your research area. What do we already know about this particular topic or particular issue? Second, it justifies your study. By identifying gaps in existing research, you show why your work is necessary or why your work is important. For example, while researchers have studied X extensively, very little attention has been paid to why, and that's why I'm going to search or doing research about the why. Third, it demonstrates your expertise. By engaging thoroughly with the scholarship in your field, you show the examiners that you are qualified to conduct this research. So that is also one of the functions of a review of literature. I would like to point out one more thing regarding review of literature. A common mistake students make in treating the review of literature is just like students normally write John said that, Smith said that, he states that, she states that, in that way. That is not enough. You need to synthesize to identify the themes, debates, contradictions, and the evolution of ideas over the time. That's what is to be included in the review of literature part. Now we shall move on to the third component or third part, that's methodology or method. You remember the hourglass I have taught you about? The methodology session. This is the narrowest part of your hourglass, the most specific and detailed session. The methodology chapter describes what you did and how you did it. This allows other researchers to evaluate your approach and potentially replicate your study. In science subjects, this include materials. That is what equipment you have used, what chemicals you have used, or the specimens you have used, and the procedure, the step-by-step process you follow. But coming to social science subjects, this includes, it describes the people or group you have studied, your sample strategy, how you have selected the sample or your data, the methods you have used to collect data, like surveys, interviews, observations, etc., and your analytical approach. The level of detail matters. You should provide enough information that a competent researcher in your field could repeat your study based on your description in the methodology session. And move on to the next component or next part, that is a results or finding. What's the results or finding? This is where you present what you have found. See, I said present, not interpret. The results chapter reports findings. Interpretation comes later in the discussion session. So, your results chapter will likely include tables, figures, and graphs. Each of these needs clear labeling and should be referenced in the text itself. And use location statements also. For example, table 3 shows the distribution of responses by age group, like that. Use highlighted statements to draw attention to key findings. For example, notably, respondents aged 18 to 25 showed 40% of higher preference for online shopping compared to other age group in that way. But resist the temptation to explain why or what it means yet. That's for discussion session. Now we on to the discussion session. This is where you interpret your result. You explain why your findings are meaningful in relation to the literature you have reviewed and the research questions you posed. A good dissertation typically includes several moves. First, summarize your key findings briefly to remind readers what you have found. Second, compare your findings with the previous research. Do your results confirm what others have found? Do they contradict previous research? And if so, what might be or what might that be? Third, discuss theoretical and practical implications. What do your findings mean for our understanding of the topic? What are the practical applications in that way? And the fourth one is acknowledge limitations honestly. Every study has limitations. So acknowledge them demonstrate maturity and critical thinking in this realm. Now we move on to the conclusion part. The conclusion chapter answers what we call the so what question. You should summarize your main points, drawing together the threads of your argument. You might offer recommendations for practice or policy based on your finding. You can suggest directions for future research. Please note, there are certain don'ts in the conclusion part. That is, you should not include or introduce new information or new arguments in the conclusion. If something is important enough to include, it should have appeared earlier in the dissertation. So the conclusion synthesizes and reflects, it doesn't include new material. Please remember that. What should be the front matter and back matter of the dissertation? The main body, that is introduction through conclusion, is the heart of your dissertation. But it is wrapped in what we call front matter and back matter. These sessions aid accessibility and demonstrate academic integrity. The front matter, that is the preliminary pages. Let me walk you through through what comes before your first chapter. First, the title page. This is straightforward. It shows your name, the title of your dissertation, your program or module, your institution, and the submission date, etc. Follow your institution's specific format requirements carefully when you're writing the title page. Next is the abstract. This is the short summary, typically 100 to 300 words, explaining your dissertation's purpose, methodology, the main findings, and conclusions. Think of it as a miniature version of your entire dissertation. Some disciplines use structured abstract with explicit headings like background, aim, method, results, and conclusion. So check your department's or university's requirements before writing the abstract. One thing you have to note in writing the abstract is that the abstract is crucial because many people will read only your abstract to decide whether your full dissertation is relevant to their study or not. So make it clear and compelling when you're writing the abstract. Coming to the next one, that is acknowledgements. This is where you thank people who helped you, your supervisor, your research participants, funding bodies, colleagues who provided feedback, family members who supported you, etc. Common phrases we include in acknowledgement is I would like to thank or I wish to acknowledge in that way. Keep it professional and sincere, but not overly emotional. So remember that. Next, the table of contents. This lists all your chapters and major sections with page numbers. Most word processors can generate this automatically if you use heading styles correctly. We will discuss this in the Microsoft Word lecture. Your table of contents allow readers to navigate your document easily and gives them an overview of your structure. Next is a list of tables and list of figures. If your dissertation include multiple tables or figures, and most of the dissertations do, you need to list them separately with their title and a page number. This might seem tedious, but it's actually very helpful for readers who want to find a specific chart or a table they remember seeing. Next is back matter. That is what comes after your conclusion. Here what comes first is reference or a bibliography. This is the complete list of all sources you cited in your text. Here you must be very clear about the distinction between works cited list or reference list and what is bibliography. A reference list or a works cited list includes only those sources which you are cited in your dissertation. But a bibliography might include sources you read but didn't directly cite. And most dissertations use references or works cited list. Then in writing this references or works cited list, you must follow the required citation like APA, MLA, and Chicago. or whatever the style format that is suggested by your university or department. Then comes appendices. These are for materials that relate to your topic but too detailed or lengthy for the main body. These include raw survey data, interview transcripts, detailed statistical table, copies of questionnaire or instruments you have used, or the supplementary calculations, etc. Each appendix should need a specific title. For example, Appendix A, survey of questionnaire, Appendix B, statistical table, etc. Here you have to notice that if something is not worth enough to mention, you don't have to include it in the appendix section. Or if you haven't referred something in the dissertation section, in that case also you don't have to use it in the appendix section. So please mind that. Now the next section, that is formatting, submission and conclusion. First one is pagination conventions. There are standard convention for numbering pages in academic dissertations. Use Roman numerals, lowercase, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, for the preliminary pages from your title page through your table of contents. And then switch to Arabic numerals 1, 2, 3, starting from your first chapter and continuing through your references and appendices. Your word processor can handle this if you use section breaks correctly. So please do that when you are formatting the research paper or formatting the dissertation. Next one is spacing and margins. Most institutions require double spacing for main text. It is because it makes the document easier to read and provides space for the examiners to write the comments. Use standard margins, typically 2.5 or 1 inch on all 4 sides. Some institutions require wider left margins to allow binding. So check the instructions of your institute or university for such kind of matters. Now, before you submit your dissertation, create a checklist. That is very important. Here you have to note have you followed your department specific formatting requirements? Have you used the correct citation style consistently throughout? Are all tables and figures properly numbered and titled? Are all appendices referred in the main text? Have you included all required preliminary pages, or is your pagination correct, etc. And most importantly, you have to note that have you proofread it thoroughly. At this length, typos and errors may occur. It's natural. So read through it multiple times. Ideally, we would say that with fresh eyes, that is, after taking a break, you come again and read it again repeatedly. In that case, consider asking a colleague or peer of yours or who are familiar with your studies, etc., to proofread it as well. That will also help you in this regard. Writing a dissertation or thesis is one of the major, the most challenging tasks in your academic career. But with clear structure and systematic planning, it is absolutely achievable. Remember the hourglass shape, from general to specific to general. Remember that each component serves a specific purpose. And remember that structure helps both you and your readers. And with that, I wrap up today's session. Thank you for being with me all through this session. If you have any doubts and questions, please reach out to me. Good luck with your academic writing, and I will see you in the next session. Thank you very much.